On the line to Stefon Diggs. What a connection.
Backyard play. There you go, J.A.
Throws it downfield looking for Diggs. He's in the end zone. Wow.
I just love this guy, man.
All right, it's Thursday morning. We do a segment called Big Deal or No Big Deal. And I'm going to say a statement. You guys tell me this actually matters or this is us just blowing something up for no reason. That's what we do. All right, so after 4 years together and great success, Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen enters a season without wide receiver Stefon Diggs as his number one. He was asked yesterday if he would miss Diggs. Josh sort of answered the question. Take a listen and interpret it how you must.
Steph's a great player, and what he brought to this team was special. So miss is I don't know if I'd say miss. You know, he was a guy that was reliable. You can look to. He's going to have the juice each and every day. I'm sure he's bringing it over there in Houston. So definitely, yeah, you can't say that you don't miss that. But I am very happy with what we got going on here and how hard the guys have been working. And it's no secret, you know, Steph was an all-pro here, and he's got the stats to back it up. You know, each year he had 100-plus catches and 1,000-plus yards, and that's a heavy workload for someone to come and fill those shoes.
Yeah.
That's interesting. He was throwing mixed signals there. I mean, it's like having a favorite coffee shop, and then you haven't been there for a while, and then somebody says, hey, do you miss the coffee shop? He's like, well, I can't say that I don't miss their coffee. Yeah. He's like, it sounds like you missed the coffee. It sounds like you really had a good thing with Stefon Diggs. And so it looks like there's something really there that he's missing that he couldn't really say and admit to. And he's going through like this kind of, he has feelings for him, right? He has feelings for him, right? I mean, that's a brotherhood. Like when you're in the locker room with somebody for that long, you got that kind of production with your star wide receiver. You know, sometimes things can get complicated, right? Guys, you know, have different emotional feelings. And, you know, I know Stefon has been, you know, rumored to have all these swings up and down emotionally in the locker room. But those guys seem like they're boys. And so I think that's going to be something that he's going to have to adjust to, especially having to adjust to a new wide receiver. You ask any quarterback, like when they miss their dogs, like they don't have that same, I'm like, I got to adjust to this new route running, you know, I got to adjust to the temperament of the wide receiver. He misses him. He misses Steph. Okay. So, not a big deal.
Not a big deal. I go not a big deal either, only because I think of it like when you're in a high school relationship, and like you can only say I love you like to one person at a time. Like these are the lessons that you learn when you're young. I think he misses somebody, but I don't think it's Stefon Diggs. I think he's going to miss Gabe Davis. Like I go no big deal when he goes I miss. I don't know if necessarily miss him because he goes, if I have to apply that phrase to somebody, it's going to be Gabe and not Steph. So I think there's a lot to unpack with Steph. In that locker room, Doc Bar's point, on the field as well. But, like, I had the Bills game in London last year, and the things that they said about each other, Gabe Davis and Josh Allen, like, it was, they had clearly had a connection, and now he's without that as well.
Well, they definitely did. The Diggs one is a little more complicated. First of all, I have a theory that yesterday after our show, Christian McCaffrey texted Josh Allen. He's like, listen, they're killing me for saying Ayuk is a former teammate. Can you say something about Diggs, just anything? And Josh is like, dude, I got you. And this Good Morning Football show played it 20 different times. We'll do the same thing. I'll pick you up. Yeah, we'll do the same thing. This is a huge deal, a massive deal, not only because it's a really, truly honest, candid thing that Josh said, and certainly on that topic, he tends to go the other way towards the cliches. Have you ever worked with someone that you work together with really well, but the second you leave the office, the relationship is confusing and maybe even a headbutting? That was this. There's no secret. It's no secret at all. It's gone on for years that those guys are great teammates and maybe not the best of friends with the best interpersonal chemistry. You know, a little bit of insight about this. There's certain times you're directed away from asking certain questions about certain topics and certain people. And part of Josh Allen's life as the face of the city of Buffalo is being asked pointed questions about his number one wide receiver over and over for years. I don't think he likes it. The GM gets the same questions. The head coach gets the same questions. And eventually they're like, yeah, he's really productive, but like it's time to move on. And to that point, everything else Josh Allen's been saying in camp is, oh my God, how great the guys are in the dorms. We're playing video games. We're playing cards. And if you really watch the Bills closely and you were really plugged into the Bills at all last year, to use the phrase that everyone says constantly now, the vibes were off. I don't think that was a really super tight Buffalo Bills team. They won a lot, and they did the Bills thing because they have good players. Everything now in training camp is saying a weight is lifted. It's refreshing. It's a different Josh Allen. And I honestly do think that has a lot to do with Stefon Diggs. I like Stefon Diggs as a person. I have a good history with him as a show. I think it was time for that relationship to end, and I don't think Josh Allen misses him because he just said he doesn't miss him, and he shouldn't miss him. He's moving on.
It was time.
Yeah.
It was time. And sometime for
it was maybe a year late.
It might have been. And Steph's not getting any younger, and they had to make decisions with the salary cap, and they made a trade, and he'll be great in Houston because he'll be that veteran wide receiver in a room that already includes Tank Dell and Nico Collins and their young aspiring receivers who are going to look up to Stefon Diggs. It actually works out for both sides. I think both sides are going to be okay with it. I will say this, and you talk to Bills fans all the time about this trade because it's been the biggest topic all offseason. They all say the same thing. When it mattered most last year, he fumbled. He dropped 2 targets against the Chiefs. He was targeted only 8 times, caught 3 balls for 21 yards. You're talking about a number 1 wide receiver being paid like a number 1 wide receiver. I think Bills fans, almost more than the Bills guys themselves, Allen, Bean, whoever, Bills fans were okay with this move too. And so if the fan base can swallow getting rid of a guy who had 4 different years of 100 catches and 1,000 yards, if they can handle it and the PR is not a nightmare, then like, okay, we can move on and we can at least take a risk with these younger guys. But I'll tell you, I don't think that wide receiver room is as good as it was a year ago. I think Stefon Diggs is a fantastic player.
Agreed.
And all the personality, whatever that is, quixosities, whatever you want to say, eccentricities. I'm just making up words
okay.
here.
I'm with you. Quixosities.
Gotta get him the man his coffee.
I think you put that in there and you mix it all in, and it might be annoying Monday through Saturday, or it might add. Sunday, Stefon Diggs was amazing for the Bills, and he's one of the best Bills wide receivers ever, right up there with Andre Reed and James Lofton.
Yes.